good.
Hey.
What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to Goddess Gossip. Y'all know what it is. It's Thursday, and it's your girl Jamila and
Kayla. Hey.
And we are here to bring out some good content today.
Yes, I think today is going to be a very, very deep conversation.
I think this one is going to be a very deep conversation because today's topic is no one took responsibility, so nothing got accomplished.
Yes.
And that's a really, really deep topic.
Right. So you want me to say it how I sent this? He was like, "Wait, how can you?"
She sent me the topic. I was like,
I'm about to say it because it makes sense when you listen to it. We're gonna get into it, guys. We're gonna definitely get into it. Everybody, right? Everybody blames somebody. When nobody did what anybody could have. So everybody blames somebody. Nobody did what anybody could have did.
It makes sense coming out of your mouth.
Right. It don't make sense on paper. I'm telling you.
On paper,
you be looking at it like, what is this?
Like, what is she trying to say?
But yes.
Peaceful mind.
What's going on, brother, man? Bro, I mean, how are you? For real. I haven't seen him since
I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah.
But
we have to do something.
I hope all is well with him and his family.
For sure.
Everything is going good for you guys. All right, so y'all know how we start Goddess Gossip. We start with a moment in media.
Most definitely.
And so it wouldn't even be right if we started this and didn't talk about John Wick.
I was about to say Pop, but you know,
Pop. So y'all know who we're talking about.
For sure.
Y'all know exactly who we talking about. Mr. Bang, 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 Bang.
I'm telling you.
Right.
So nobody go in the bathroom for 45 minutes.
Oh, man. He was classic, man.
Absolutely.
May he rest in peace.
Rest in power. He was so phenomenal. Listen, people have been saying that man had died like a few years ago. And I'm like, yeah, like I know that it was just, fake news. It's always, how they always spreading fake news. And so I was like, man, that man is really going. Like in real life, he's going.
And I saw somebody posted a picture of him like on October 13th. They was in the airport and they caught a selfie with him and he looked fine.
Yeah.
But that's to say, and this is for my brothers. For my brothers that's tuned in. You may look good on the outside.
Yes.
You may look perfectly fine on the outside, but your insides may be telling a whole nother story.
That's a fact, guys. It's so many men that I know that will not go to the doctor.
They just won't. I had to snitch on one of my male friends this week.
Like,
I had to call his wife and tell on him because he calling me because I'm the remedy lady, right? So he calling me because he got issues and he like, yo, what could I take for this? And I was like, sounds like you need to go see about that first before you try to take anything, because that could be anything, and that may not be just a muscle. That may be your heart muscle. That may be another muscle going on. So I had to snitch on him, y'all. I had to snitch on him. He wasn't that happy, but I mean, I had to call his wife.
Y'all have to though, for real. Y'all have to start taking care of yourself better, because at the end of the day, we need y'all to be healthy.
And we need y'all to help us raise these children, okay?
Period.
We need y'all help. Mandela effect. What is the Mandela effect? Bomani? I don't know what that is. I need to
enlighten us.
Yeah, enlighten us on what the Mandela effect is, because we need to know what that is, if that's what the brothers is out here doing. So when we tell y'all not to do that, we can say,
we can know what we talking about.
Don't do the Mandela effect. But okay, guys, I digress. But I said that to say because I just seen a picture of this John Witherspoon and he looked perfectly fine. But sometimes you can be perfectly fine. Your exterior may look good and your interior may be toe up. So please just go out, fellas, and take care of yourself. Go out to the doctor. If you have some pain, some stress, go see.
Just get it checked, because you just never know.
I ain't telling you.
And if you're scared, take somebody with you.
Yeah, we'll go with
That's
you.
it.
You need help. You need a sister to go with you. We'll
right.
Make sure that you're good. Just go and see about what it is that you have going on. Okay?
Yes.
And so our next moment in media is, have you guys noticed
where are
our sisters? Where are the black women? That every day I tune in or click into Facebook, I see that it is a sister missing from somewhere, or someone's kid has gotten kidnapped. Mm-hmm. And I've heard of some situations recently here in Augusta to where some people have tried to snatch people's children up, guys. And I see that from my personal experience is that it's a lot of black women going missing. Y'all, I don't know what's going on and where they taking my sisters, but it's a lot of black women missing.
And it's so funny that you say that because I just seen a post today and it was like, women, ladies, y'all, I know y'all want to be independent and everything, but now is not the time to be going and doing stuff by yourself. Like, if you got to shop and it's late at night, you need to take somebody with you, or you need to just wait till the next day. You know, y'all need to not be going to the gas station late at night by yourself, all types of stuff, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, women are literally getting snatched up like it's an epidemic. Like,
it's 200,000 plus black women missing at this very moment in America. That's just America. And not to give y'all my theory, but to give y'all my theory, I think that they're doing organ harvesting, and they're taking these women and putting them into sex trafficking. There's organ harvest is going on. You know, they want to give transgender people uteruses now. Where they gonna get them from?
I mean, not even that, but just all of the organs. We just talked about that man that lived like 100 lives.
The Rockefeller guy.
Yeah, like, come on. This is not new news. This is real. It's been going on for some time. People for real be having whole nother lives because of organ harvesting.
Right. And we told y'all last week to definitely take it off of your driver's license to be organ donors. Because if it's between you fighting for your life and somebody getting your heart, we want them to fight for your life. You know what I mean? So that's what we want to go down. Pomani, we're gonna have to read that. What's up, Shabazz? How you doing?
Hey.
All right, so to get into our topic. So no one took responsibility, so nothing got accomplished.
How often does that happen though? Like, seriously, if you could just pause, even today, right? Even today, pause for a moment and think, there's something that needed to be done in your day-to-day life that didn't get done because somebody thought somebody else was going to take care of it.
It happens all the time.
It happens every day, like every single day. And we're not mindful, like we're moving around and we're shifting and we're doing so much that we don't even think about the fact that, you know, there's things that need to get done that aren't getting done because we assuming somebody else is going to do it. What did he say?
He said they are organ harvesting melanated people and back into being like slavery.
Oh yeah.
Wow. It's probably definitely going on. Oh, see, I love it. See, I just love this. All right, so guys, what she said, I think that when it comes to being responsible for your actions, you have to take accountability. And I kind of got hit right in the face last week, y'all. When I say right in the face, so I just recently started healing therapy with my beautiful sister out in Atlanta, and we talked about forgiveness. And so we do Tune Up Your Spirit Tuesdays. If you tune into my page, you know every Tuesday I do Tune Up Your Spirit Tuesdays. It was good. It's really, really good every week. And we did some work. We did some work actually about responsibility and accountability. And what she said to me was so profound. What she said is that before we actually come to this realm of life, we make an agreement to go through everything that we experience, because it's going to help us elevate to the next level when we come back here in the next life. And I'm like, I don't know if I agree to all the stuff that I've been through. I don't know
if I signed up for all of that, because I don't remember signing on a dotted line for all of that.
All of this stuff. I'm not sure if I signed up to, do this stuff. But then I was like, you know what? None of that stuff killed me.
I'm so glad that you said that.
So maybe I did.
Because I think about that all the time. When you really when you really think about it, we really do have to sign up for this realm.
Yeah, like think about This is about to be real graphic. So think about in the moment of sex, right? And you say how the sperm in the moment when it's released, how many of them actually shoot up? It's like millions of them, millions of babies, right? And then we were the lucky people. So it's something that happens from the other side to this side. So when we go through that process, like you was chosen for the time such as this. Yeah. So if you were chosen for such a time as this, all the stuff that you encounter in life, you agreed to it. But the beauty is, guys, is that you could make different agreements with yourself. Hey, Miss Daniels, you can make different agreements. But in order to make different agreements for your life, you have to deal with the agreements that you have previously made.
And you have to be responsible and accountable for doing such.
Yes, and you have to make amends with them.
It's crazy because I have my spin on this topic for today, and it's like I've been dealing and I've been going back and forth with this for a minute. I love when we have these type of shows because nobody wants to talk about accountability. Like,
well, you know, that's
like the elephant in the room always. Whether it's relationships, whether it's your finances, in everything, you have to be accountable and you have to be disciplined. That's the big word. Like, you have to be disciplined. And it's funny that we talk about making an agreement because I have here that responsibility is accepting that you are the cause and the solution to the matter. So think about it. When things go wrong, somewhere along the line you played a part. Somewhere. And this is where accountability comes in because you have to accept the fact that you played a part in whatever this is somewhere along the line. And so in order for you to actually take responsibility for it, you have to understand that you're not only a part of the solution, you had a part in it.
You had a part in the problem too.
Yeah. And nobody wants to agree to that.
Especially the people that have had really traumatic experiences. So like for me, example, growing up, both of my parents were addicted to drugs since I was 5 years old, right? And so growing up, I used to always wonder, why do I have to have parents that are addicted to drugs? Why me, Lord? Why? But now as an adult with wisdom and knowledge and understanding of what I went through, had I not went through that situation, I wouldn't be the woman that I am sitting in front of you today. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, it is real heavy because when you going through it, all you want is out. You just want to get the hell out of the situation. You be like, fuck this. I didn't sign up for this shit. Why both my parents smoking crack? Like I'm being so honest with y'all. Being 100. Like both my parents smoking crack. This is crazy. Like this is insane. Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to lose my childhood? But had I not, I would not be the woman that I am today sitting in front of you.
That's a fact.
Right? And so when I had doing my healing work, when I had to say that I was accountable, I agreed to have drug addicted parents. Y'all, it was crazy. And I had to write all of the stuff that my mother did to me. And then I had to go back into that list and see good in all of the things that hurt me.
Mm. Who wants to do that type of work?
Who wants to do that type of work? So then I had to go into that list and, okay, so she stole from me. Does she just only steal from you? No, she didn't only steal from you. Then she's a thief. And it's like, oh, you don't view it like that because I was taking it personal. But then you got to remember my favorite book, y'all. I'll tell y'all forever in the day this book changed my life. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz changed my life. So the first agreement is to not take anything personal, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I had to realize in the moment of my session that I took everything that she did personal.
Like it wasn't your fault. You had to understand
it wasn't her fault.
She was a thief. She didn't steal from you. She was a thief. You feel what I'm saying? Like you forgot the title. Like no, she didn't steal from you. She was a thief.
But I had to acknowledge
she was a liar. You know what I mean?
Right. But when people do stuff personally to us, we don't see it as, oh, that person's a liar. Oh, that person's a cheater. Or that person
we take it personal.
This. We take it personal because it's to us, but in reality, that's who the hell they are.
And you know, it's funny because it's funny that we're talking about healing and soul work and all of that, because nobody wants to have the conversations that we're about to have. Conversations for the nation.
We have conversations for the nation.
And like we said, this is going to be a deep conversation. It's going to be real heavy, but at the same time, it's healing in this conversation for somebody. Like, honestly, it's healing in the sense that you can listen to our stories and what we telling you, because this is real life. We lived through this. So you can listen to our stories and you can understand that we are who we are today because of the things that we went through. Had we not, we can't tell you what path we would have been down. Just being honest. It made you, like, I talk about it all the time. It's funny because even though we grew up in completely different times and didn't grow up together, we went through similar things, and now we had to grow up before our time.
Yes.
You know, it's I recently was doing some healing work, and I was talking to my mom. I had one day where I was just extremely heavy. Like, I was very emotional. I was just like overwhelmed. My anxiety was taking over. And I just had it in me to say, you know what? I have something in me that needs to come out, and I have to figure out what it is. Like, y'all ever realize, and I know I'm not the only person, you ever realize that it be so much wrong sometimes that when somebody asks what's wrong, you really can't tell them? That's why what's our famous thing? I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm good.
Not owning your truth, because if you're not all right, you need to say, I'm not all right.
You know, like, that's what we all do. But you know what? That's everybody's wall. You know, everybody has an invisible wall, and it's there. Like, when somebody asks you, are you okay? And I'm telling you, that particular day, I just was like, you know what? I took account. Like, I felt like in that moment, I took my power. Like, no, I'm actually not okay. And I don't know why I'm not okay, because there's so much that's wrong that I can't even pinpoint what's wrong at this moment. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we do that a lot in life. We suppress so many things. We suppress so many things that we don't be knowing what exactly caused the issue to begin with.
And when you
healing,
when you suppress this stuff, and when you suppress things within, it causes dis-ease in your body. You hear me? When you suppress things within, it causes dis-ease.
Y'all talking about this on this segment too, right?
And dis-ease is the word disease. You hear me? So you have to deal with the stuff that you go through, and then you have to acknowledge it and move past it. Because it's not something done personally to you. You have to take it and say, okay, let me move forward in my journey.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And so, in the conversation that I had with my mother, I had to. This was the like I said, it was so much wrong. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna have a conversation that I know needs to be had.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I came to when I said I'm taking my power back at this very moment. I don't know why I'm crying my eyes out. I'm just, don't talk to me, right? But I'm going to take my power back because I'm going to get something out. Something has got to come out. And I posted a post even.
You wanted to release the victim mentality.
Say that again.
She wanted to release herself from being a victim, and she wanted to gain her power.
In order to, like you said, in order to gain your power, you have to release all types of things. Number one, being the victim. You're not the victim. It didn't happen. What did they say? It doesn't happen.
It didn't happen to you. It happened for you.
Something of that nature, right? Something of that nature. And like I said, nobody is ever going to think, oh, well, I was molested and it was for my best benefit that I was molested. No, not at all. But at the same time, if I think about it, the person that I am today, it definitely reflects that I've been through some things, so now I can share my story. I can free somebody else. Because people live in bondage to these things.
And people live in bondage to these things, and they feel like they have progressed. I saw a post today. You could be drink all the alkaline water you want. You could burn all the sage you want. You could go to the gym all you want. You could be living your best life all you want. But if you got some stuff going on deep down within that you have not dealt with,
You can forget about
ain't whole, baby. You got some
holes. You got some holes. Look, you got some holes.
Yeah, we can poke a hole in you and water come out. And everything gonna spill out. You have to release the victim.
And then this is what happened, guys. When you release the victim mentality, the victor or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like the person that did it to you, they no longer have any power. They don't have any power.
It's gone.
Because even in my release, the people that I released to, because I told more than just my mom about it, right? And the people that I released to, they got so angry, right? It was like they were so angry and they just wanted to do something to these people, and I just was like,
that's not why I'm releasing.
That's not right. Like I had to clarify. Like no. I didn't. First of all, I share this with you because I trust you, but I share this with you because I want you to know what's going on with me, because maybe that'll help you to understand me more, and because I just got to get rid of this. And I'm so whole now that I've told you this, that I don't even feel any ills towards these individuals. Like I literally could see them and smile in their face, because you know what I do know? They battling their own demons. They still have not faced their own demons. So here I am. I'm free now because I done just released all of that hurt, all of that anguish, and victimization. I released all of that. So now I'm good. Mm-hmm. You hold that. You hold all of that.
And you can do whatever it is right. You want to do it. But I gotta release it because it's no longer serving me. It's no longer serving you, and there's so many people that are still you become addicted to your story. You become addicted to the pain. You become addicted to the victim mentality because you have
do something.
You don't know a way out. Mm-hmm. And when she like in my healing session, right? So after I had to write this letter, so I had to take all of the stuff that I felt like she did, like was done to me, right? And then I had to take it and make it a positive, right? So then I made it a positive thing because I had to take it and release it from it happening to me to just owning that that's who the person was, and they were on their journey of life, and it had nothing to do with me because they were just doing the best that they could do.
Pause. This is why, y'all, we all have to heal from our childhood. Because what she just said is that nothing that happened to you in your childhood is your fault. This is these people. They have their own journey. Sometimes we forget that just because they're our parents, that they're not human.
They're living their
life.
Like
they have a journey, they have a walk, they have a path. They're learning lessons every single day. Just as now that you're an adult, you have those same lessons that you have to learn. So it's hard, but we all have to heal that inner child because it's hurt. It's a lot of hurt there.
And I'm working.
Men, especially.
I'm working on my inner child, honey.
For real. I'm doing the child work.
Right. That inner child that has been broken, that has felt abandoned, that has felt the lack of love, everything. You have to deal with that in order to be a whole adult. So then after I wrote that letter, right, she tells me to write a letter to my mother using those things, right? So now I'm like, right now? She's like, yeah, right now. So I write the letter out to my mother. Excuse me. And then she say, read that same letter to yourself. Because everything that you feel she did to you, you did to yourself too. Because you made the agreement to come here and experience it. Y'all, I was like, this lady is tripping. But I did it. And after I did it, it was like, okay. And in the process of writing, it was so hard to actually get out what I wanted to say. Because it's like reading it back to myself, I was forgiving myself. And it was more bigger for me to read the letter to me than it was to read the letter to her.
Right.
And I wasn't, and this is just me in my personal space, in my session. And it was like, this is deep. And how many people have to do this work? Because guess what, y'all? No one took responsibility. So nothing got accomplished. So my mother has never taken the personal responsibility to me and from my point of view of what she did to her children. But at the end of the day, it's okay.
That's her journey.
That's okay.
Because I already forgave her.
Because I'm taking accountability for what it did to me. And I'm working on what it did to Jamila. So I'm healing Jamila. And that's what you got to do.
What did they say? You have to be okay with the apologies that you'll never get?
You have to be okay with it.
You have to.
Because they may not even know that you even expecting an apology. Because
expectations are key every time.
The root of expectations is disappointment. Because if the person doesn't know that you expected them to do something,
you hit yourself every single time.
They're just gonna keep on going about their life and doing whatever it is that they do on a day-to-day basis, and then you sitting somewhere mad as hell because you expect them to come to you.
I tell people all
and
the
apologize.
I tell people all the time: less expectations, more acceptance. What you'll realize is that when you begin to accept people, not saying that you agree, but you accept them for who they are. Accept them for who they are. So if you are an addict, then hey, you're just an addict. If you are an alcoholic, then you're an alcoholic. If you're a womanizer, you're a womanizer. I don't expect anything from you more than who you've shown me that you are.
You can't.
I don't expect nothing more than what you are. Now, if you decide to show me something different, then that's cool. But I'm still not expecting you to bring anything more than who you actually are to the table. And I think that's the reason for a lot of failed relationships, failed friendships, failed business partnerships. A lot of things go bad because we have so many expectations.
Let's go into this about relationships now.
Okay.
There's a lot of y'all out here that's divorced, that probably shouldn't be divorced. Probably could have just gave a little bit more work. Probably could have did a little bit of acceptance work and still had your husband or still had your wife. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because no one took responsibility in the issue, nothing got accomplished. So I'm gonna say to my sisters, it's a lot of us in relationships. I'm speaking from personal experiences, from me observing my guys, my guy friends, right? Mm-hmm. And when they have issues with their ladies, right? It's because the lady won't take accountability for her role in whatever's going on in the marriage or the relationship.
Yeah.
Because we are not taught, hear me clear. We are not taught to really take ownership and be accountable for the stuff that we do. We taught that it's y'all fault.
We're taught that it's a happy wife, it's happy life. That's what we're taught.
If he keep me happy, that I'm good. No, baby.
And there's a lot of failed relationships because of that reason.
And they missing, and you miss out on the good person, the blessing that God gave to you, because you don't want to do the self work.
We talk about this a lot when it comes down to it.
Because it doesn't, I don't care how cute you is, how
all that shit gonna fade.
All that shit look good, everything else. But when it comes down to a marriage or a relationship and long-term relationship, it's work. And this is two people coming together to be one. So you gotta work. As somebody, you gotta take responsibility, man.
It's a partnership.
You gotta make so much sense.
I know.
Yeah, you gotta take responsibility. If you have a husband that communicates with you, because some guys don't communicate, but if you have one that is open and he openly communicates with you and he tells you what's wrong in his world, what's right in his world, what he needs your assistance with in his world, and you just look at him and be like, whatever. And then when it comes to him doing something and or you supposed to do something for him and you don't take responsibility for it, then you say, well, he was out here cheating. He was out here cheating because he addressed it with you how many times? He was trying to give you.
You just stepped on some toes. You gotta apologize for the toes.
I ain't apologizing for shit. Listen, he told you how many times that he needed this or he needed that from you and he wanted you to do this and he wanted you to be responsible for this. But you decided that, happy wife, happy life. I ain't about to be responsible for that shit. I'm not about to be accountable for that. I'm not about to do that. No, you have to be accountable, be responsible in your relationships, ladies. If you know you wrong, say you wrong, man.
But wait. It's more than saying it. And I'm glad it's more than saying it. You gotta change. You gotta change. I got maturity.
Shout out to Angel Wright. Speak up, sis. Shout out to her. I love her. Her
maturity awesome. Comes when you stop making excuses and start making changes.
What?
Maturity comes Maturity comes when you stop making excuses and start making changes. At the end of the day, it's more than just saying, I was sorry. I fucked up. You gotta put some footwork in there.
Action.
You gotta put some footwork in there. You gotta put some footwork.
So y'all we got to be mature out here in this shit.
Yeah. You have to put some footwork. And I could be honest, I could be transparent, I could be so real with y'all. I've been in plenty of situations where it's like I have not been accountable for my actions, or I was projecting. Oh, y'all don't want to have that conversation. Like women, y'all don't want to have that.
Projecting your own personal stuff.
Y'all don't want to have that
projecting
conversation.
Projecting your own insecurities on your man.
Come on now.
Oh,
y'all don't want to have that conversation because it happens all the time. It happens every day. Like, let's just be real. But like I said, maturity comes when you stop making excuses and just start making the changes. Stop making excuses for the way that you act. I did that because what it go back to? That inner child that's hurt.
That's hurt.
You have these insecurities. A lot of you women, you don't understand that you have these insecurities because you have a hurt child. You have a hurt child inside of you that you need to address. Once you address all of that hurt, you can stop projecting. Once you do some work, you can stop projecting. You can stop it.
Because everything is that's like when they say
I like that, Angel. Put some legs on your love. Do something.
Oh, I love that.
Because they forget that it's the action. They forget.
Put legs on your love.
Just listen. Put some legs on your love. Do something. I like that. I like that. That might be a shirt.
Yo, I need her to come on the show.
Okay.
We need her.
Well, we already spoke it in the atmosphere. It'll happen. All right, Angel.
All right. So, wait, what did you just say?
Maturity comes when you stop making excuses and start making changes.
No, it wasn't that. Oh, man. See, I done had a brain fart.
She had a brain fart, but that's okay. But I love that. Put some legs on your love, y'all. Y'all have to address the inner hurt. Address all of that shit. Men, too. We're going to get to the men in just a second because this is going to be a combination. We're not just going to get at the ladies. You know what I'm saying? We know that it goes both ways. We know that men have a lot of issues that they going through. They got a lot of stuff that they going through. They hurt. That's why they can't show you their emotions, because they hurt. I know some men that have never even heard "I love you" from their mom,
and then they take that and then they go into their relationships, and then they take that same energy to the women that they're with, and it's like, but I'm not your mama, and I didn't do that stuff that she did to you. I just want to love on you. Can I love you?
They don't know how to accept that.
No, like my daughter's father used to, I was too mushy for him. Like I was too, oh, I love you. Like I'm the girlfriend that may, if I leave out before you, I may write you a sticky note and leave it on the mirror. And it may be some motivational, inspirational. I love you, baby. You the best in the world. You my superhero. Let's go out. I may leave all of that. He used to be like, this girl in these letters. These messages. He didn't know what to do with it because he had never been loved on that level. Mm-hmm. So it was foreign to him.
Sometimes your love is too much. They don't know how to accept you.
Yeah, he didn't know what to do with it. He was like, what the hell is...
We be having so much love to get.
He was like, this lady... He used to be too through with me, y'all. I'm the girlfriend that you could be in the bed. I may
dragging it.
I hop on the bed, be like, hey, good morning. Yeah, I'm just extra. But it's because I love you and I have so much love to give to you that I give it in so many different ways. And guys, we need y'all to be open.
Speaking of which, I'm glad that we're talking about love, because love languages. We're gonna get to that in just a second, but go ahead. Go ahead, Elsa.
You threw me on with the love languages, because that's all.
Guys gotta be open.
I got the book in my room.
You do see? It's good to be. It's
love language.
Y'all need to know.
So yeah, you gotta, and when you in a relationship, since she said love languages, know what your mate's preference of love, what they identify love as. You know what I mean? Because some people want gifts. Just baby, I mean, he bought me a push gift, girl. Did you see that new car he bought me? That's showing her you love her, not saying, baby, I love you. She ain't received that.
That ain't even phased her.
That ain't even phased her. She want a new car. Me, I'm affirming. Affirm me.
Me too.
And tell me you love me. And touch me. I like touch. Like, boy, if I come in and you be like, hey, girl. I be like, hey. I be with it.
I'm so glad that you said that, Bomani, because that is true. You can always tell the difference between somebody raised off of love and someone raised off of survival.
Woo, wait. Legs of love.
Let your love have legs.
Or survival. Oh my God.
But for real, you can always tell. You can tell because those are the people that, like, you never know. Your daughter's father, he may have been raised off of survival, not in the sense that he had to like fight to survive, in the sense that it wasn't, I love you, son. You know what I'm saying? He had to go out and survivalist versus somebody that was raised off of love. Like,
I was. About to say Facebook. I'm about to say, Mark, don't be doing me like that. when he cut my videos, he cut. I be like, listen, Mark, just let me finish. Let me finish. Where was I going with my thought? Goodness gracious.
Mark messed us up.
Mark, see, sometimes Facebook be doing you wrong. But where was I going? I was gonna say something about love.
Love and survival.
Love and survival. Even though, y'all, I just told y'all my history with my parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still grew up in a loving household. Despite both of my parents was addicted to drugs, my mother did the best that she could so that we knew she loved us. Because she'll tell you all the time, listen now, I'll cut up with you over these three things. My kids, her kids, her money, and her man, if he good, and in that order. That's exactly how she said it. But she always showed love. It could be because she had cancer and that's just what we
she's
do.
Emotional.
She's just, I was born on my mother's birthday, so it's 3 generations.
I would say all of y'all have the same birthday,
It's 3 generations in one day, y'all. So it's my birthday, it's my mother's birthday, and my great-grandmother's birthday. So it's June 28th, 1918, 1959, and 1984. That is super duper dope. I don't know nobody else in the planet.
I don't know that.
3 generations in one day.
That's different.
So, Lord, maybe
sure.
Yeah, we
and maybe like you had to come back. You know, you had to come back to clear up that karmic path.
Maybe. Yo, I ain't even never thought about that.
You had to come back and clear up that karmic path.
Because really, my great grandmother was born she was a sharecropper in South Carolina, so that's still anti-slavery. Like her parents were slaves, so yeah, maybe. Yo, that's deep. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, it's pretty dope. That's deep. That's some healing work I need to do on that one, man. Do some work on that. Okay, so we said relationships. So we want y'all to be accountable and take responsibility in your relationships. When your mate comes to you with a problem, issue, or concern that you can address, that you can fix, or that you have some work to do, please address it and don't just push it to the side. Because if you love them, how they feel is important to you, and you want them to be content and happy in your relationship so you can have a healthy relationship. So now we're gonna go into your finances.
I have to say one more thing as it relates to relationships. People have a right to have their needs met in relationships without being made to feel guilty for it. So you have to love them how they need to be loved. If once they tell you, Romani said he want to call in. we might could do that soon. We might have to do that. But listen, once they tell you how they prefer to be loved, and they express that to you, don't make them feel guilty, because that's how they expressing that they want to be loved. And you don't feel bad either. Like, don't shut down, because a lot of the times we express love the way that we want to be loved without even being mindful on, is this how this person is, how are they going to receive this love? And then we all sour, we the Sour Patch Kid, because we like, oh, well, I was trying to show you my love, and you... Nah, baby, I just wanted a gift, and you told me that you loved me. Or I just wanted you to tell me that you love me, and you bought me a gift. That's sitting on the counter. It's still sitting there. I ain't even opened it. You know what I'm saying? So, love people how they want to be loved.
And this is gonna be me. This is me sharing some of my stuff with y'all, because I'm doing some work now. So let me tell y'all.
We're gonna be real.
When I was in my relationship, right? I felt like I was in my 20s, and I felt like if I addressed to you, like if I addressed to my man at the moment what I needed from him and what I desired from him in that moment to feel like a woman, to feel like he loved me. Because remember, I'm affirming and touch. If I told him and he didn't do what I said, and I would give like, it's probably, think about it, as petty as hell and it was childish, y'all. But I would give that time frame, like, all right, okay, I addressed it with him, I had a conversation, because I communicate.
I know what you're talking about.
Right? I told him, he didn't do what I said. And then in my brain, it was like, every day when you go outside, guys try to holler at you. Every day. And they giving you what it is that you lacking at home. So I proceeded to live like a double life. And I had y'all, it was crazy, y'all. I had guys, I was in Jersey, I had guys in New York, I had guys everywhere, right?
She's a Cancer.
I'm a Cancer.
She's a Cancer.
Pardon my cough, y'all. I had guys everywhere. And all of them were fulfilling what it was, that void that I wasn't receiving at home. And now I know that that's not the mature thing to do, and that I should have addressed it, and if it didn't work in my favor, I should have left the situation.
Right. I'm glad that you said that, because Miss Angel Wright just said something that was so valid and relevant. Stop entering into relationships before we do the hard work of our own heart.
Yes.
Like, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, because listen, had you did the work, right? You would have knew, hey, he's not gonna be able to get this to me, so I don't even need to bother him. I need to let him go be great with somebody that he's gonna be great with, and I need to just go about my merry old way. But see, when you know better, do better, and that's it. You know, people like to say, if you knew better, you would do better. No. It's just when you know better, do better. Ain't no in between. Ain't no in between.
I didn't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know. And so my way to fix it, to fill the void that I felt that was empty, I just went out and dealt with different people. Let me get this to y'all. Not knowing that I was going outside of my sacredness in my home and making spiritual ties with other people outside of my house.
They don't know about soul ties.
Honey. So then it made it more chaotic in my head and in my womb, right? Because I was sharing of myself with more people than I should have been sharing myself with, because I made a commitment to be with this man. But because he wasn't doing what I felt and giving me what I felt I needed at that moment, and me not being mature enough to say, I'm just going to walk away from the whole situation because this is not beneficial to me and it's not going to help me elevate. So I went out and I cheated. So being that I didn't address it, it just left me in the middle of chaos, right? And so now I'm confused here. I'm confused in both places. And ladies, you carry a whole bunch of stuff in your womb. You hear me?
You better do some cleansing.
You carry a whole bunch of stuff in your womb. Because think about that moment and what that moment is for and the purpose of that moment. The purpose of having sex is to create.
So if you're not creating life, you're creating something.
You are creating something. So being that I stepped out, I was going out and creating different ties with different people, not realizing that it was going to tank the relationship that I already had. And if I valued that relationship, I should have just put in some more work in that one or left it completely.
Ooh. That said a whole bunch. You said a whole bunch. And that could be applied for men. That could be applied for women. It's the same way.
Yes, because you
have
guys,
the choice.
You could go out and have sex with a woman, and if she ain't right, spiritually, mentally, she gonna give you gonna carry that stuff, and you gonna be like, why am I confused?
You be depressed and suicidal and wonder why you having all of these negative thoughts and feelings. Because these ties that you are transferring are not for you. And that's another thing. When we're more sensitive to our spirit, like when we're more sensitive to our inner being, we know before we even get that far if this is for us or not.
And that's being accountable.
And that's being accountable. That's being mature. That's being mature. And not cheating on people, that's being mature. That's being mature.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Just walk away from the situation if it's not serving you. And sometimes, and I guess that was where the love and survival thing come in, because you be like, look, man, he pay half the bills. I'm not about to just walk away. He helping me out financially. I can go out and do this and do that. Just walk away And that's male or
soulful
female.
STDs. Bomani. Soulful STDs. Y'all just transferring spirits.
Transferring
sexually transmitted spiritual diseases.
Yes, and you have no idea, y'all. I was dealing with this guy, right, and he was so his energy is so powerful. He was a big black guy, big geeky guy from Charleston, so about like 6'4", like 250, like just like I like him, y'all. And I'm just being honest. Listen, and he had self-work to do.
Mm-hmm.
I
transferred it to you.
Y'all, I was so confused. Kayla, I wanted to go see him to tell him that I wasn't dealing with him.
But Money want to join. we never had a guest before. We can let him join. We have a few minutes.
I guess we can let you tune in. But Money, you want to join us?
You want to join us? What you want to talk about?
What you want to talk about is the question.
We don't mind. How do we even do it?
All right, so Money, we're gonna send you.
You send in the request. Can you just request us? Can't you request us? I don't know how this works, child.
I do these all the time.
No, that's inviting your friend.
Okay, we're gonna get Bomani in here so that he could give us some feedback. Ask to be in the video, Bomani, being that you are already watching. Just ask to be added to it, and then I'll add you to it because I've already invited you, and you're already tuned
there it goes. There it goes. Y'all pardon us. We're gonna approve Mr. Bomani in here.
Candid conversation.
For real. But the bottom line today, guys, is that we just all need to make sure that we're doing the work.
Yes, just make sure that
you're
taking the responsibility in all situations that arise in your life, because we don't want you to sit back later on in life and look at it and be like, oh, nothing got accomplished.
Trust me. Hey. How you doing?
All right, I'm enjoying y'all's show. I got it on the TV.
Oh,
that's it. I switched to my phone so I can talk to y'all.
What's going on, bro?
I'm really enjoying the conversation, man. It's rare that we get to hear women speak on issues that, like you said, nobody wants to talk about.
Right.
There's some things that need to be discussed, but nobody wants to talk about it.
It's the elephant in the room. Like, how long are we gonna let this big ass elephant just stand here and nobody say nothing?
It's taboo.
Mm-hmm. And there's so much stuff that we need to talk about and address, especially as Black men and Black women. We need to have open dialogue amongst us because there's so much brokenness in between us. There's so much miscommunication.
The healing lies in the conversation.
Yes, so we need to do this kind of work, and we need to have this kind of open conversation so that we can start to heal together. Because it's our responsibility to do this work, because
we got to charge each other up.
And we got children to raise, and we got children to leave here. We need to know how to properly deal with these kind of issues. And with the world of social media that we live in, no one's really living and doing real stuff. Nobody's being authentically themselves because they are tuned into everything else.
Everybody's life is a meme.
And, you know
life
what I mean?
is a meme.
So they're not doing the work. And we need to just be able to have these kind of conversations so that we could do this work together. That's why we made Goddess Gossip, and that's why we have conversations for the nation.
Oh, well, I'm loving the conversation. I be wanting to chime in every now and then. So, I'm listening to y'all. Keep talking. I chime in with y'all because y'all hitting a whole bunch of key points. I'm loving it.
Yeah. So is there anything that you would like to
add to the conversation
from the male perspective of anything that we addressed tonight?
Well, no, y'all hit a whole bunch of points. It was a few points where I had to almost go back and look at my comments to kind of see exactly what it was that I was chiming in.
That law versus survival that you dropped on us, that was heavy.
Because in reality,
I heard that from somebody else, but it made sense. It made a lot of sense. It's a lot of people, and then I started reflecting on my life as growing up and some of the kids that I knew in the neighborhood. And some of, let's say coming up, people who might break in somebody's house just to eat. You know what I'm saying? They do different things, but you got to understand how that transfers into adulthood. If they make it out of the situation without going to prison or getting killed, what does that translate to in a relationship? Now, you build off of survival, because if you was built off of love, everybody's telling you they love you all the time, you know how to love somebody else. But if you build off of survival, you know how to survive. And surviving, if you marry somebody who's been loved, that relationship can either be turmoil unless you know what's happening. If you can recognize it, it's a great thing. If you don't recognize it, it's not going to work. But
it's not, because you came from two totally different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, you just have to be able to recognize, okay, and then knowing each other's history and knowing the background and everything, knowing that, then you can kind of you can build with a person from that perspective. That's kind of what I was saying with that. I'm not, I would never say that a survivalist and a loving person couldn't work together. Actually, I think we need each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I say that you definitely need somebody that's opposite. Like for me, I know I need a man that's gonna be opposite of me. I don't want him to be outspoken and all like how I am. I need him to be the opposite of that so that he can give me balance.
Exactly. But they have to be able to recognize that this is my polar opposite to an extent. And now I'm learning the whole other side of the game.
Yeah. But
and to me, it's necessary.
It's very, very necessary. We have Benjamin. Benjamin said that he wants to join us.
Benjamin actually said he wants to join. I got names and stuff, so I was like, yes, great, that's perfect. But yeah, go ahead and let Benjamin get in.
All right, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Wait. Let's shout out your podcast. You have a podcast. What is your podcast?
It's more. It's on the More Than the Masters platform, but it's called Half Hour Black Power. Check me out when you get a chance to.
And shout out to Maine. Shout out to Maine.
Oh, man,
we need you to come to Goddess Gossip. You gotta come and produce the Goddess Gossip. Please
talk to Maine, and we got talk to Maine. We work something out. We got
we need to come get on. We need to come and do your show.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. It's always good to have you, bro. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you back on social media, sister. Welcome back to this poisonous ass shit. All right. All right.
Later.
Yeah. I don't know how to cut it off.
Oh, man.
I don't know how to cut it off.
You don't need to. Man. Yes, that's okay. Oh, there we go.
All right.
We have time for like one more guest. If you do want to come, send the request, Benjamin. Send the request, Benjamin. This is Goddess Gossip, but at the end of the day, we have conversations for the nation. So our goal is to make sure that we're enlightening everybody that tunes in. So I definitely appreciate the male feedback, because the conversation that we do have, we need a male perspective on. We can only speak from our experience, and we're women, Right. So we definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. I think Benjamin put his request in. Let's get him in here. Let's get him in here. See what he has to add to tonight's conversation
for the nation.
Hey. Benjamin. Hopefully it comes up soon. Y'all know how it does. It has a mind of its own. Either way, Benjamin, we done accepted your request. We just waiting for
send
social
it back.
Media.
Send it back.
Nah, it's right here. It's just gonna load when it feels like it.
Oh, okay. Until then, right?
Till then.
Oh, what I want to say? I don't know. I just got asked to. Oh, Benjamin.
Gotcha.
You may not be my friend, so you may not be able to tune in to join.
Gotcha.
But after this, next week, we do this every week.
Right.
So
we
next
do
week,
this all the time. Wait, I think he sent another request.
Let's see.
Live from the DS. What's the DS?
I have no idea.
I just accepted.
What's the DS? Where you live from?
They said that they want to network with us.
I don't know if we can do it because he's not my friend.
It's all right. It's all right. We got a few
Cool.
minutes left anyway. So, at the end of the day, guys, today we wanted to make sure that everybody understands. You need to be accountable. You need to be responsible.
And because no one took responsibility, nothing got accomplished.
Hey,
and we don't want you guys to be in that situation where no one took responsibility till nothing got accomplished.
Don't wake up and let life have passed you by. Pretty much.
Don't be stagnant.
Get rid of that victimization.
Own what it is that you need to own. Push through it, push forward. Because, guys, the work is not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy. But it's very damn rewarding. And we need you to do that work. Oh, he's Angel's friend.
It's all right, Angel. We'll make sure.
We got him. He gonna
we'll
be
make
able to
sure that we get him.
Just do the work, guys. Do the work.
So at the end of the day,
so that we just want you guys to know that anything is
dark side.
Anything is possible when you do work, and it's not just in physical work. It is
got you. We certainly will.
It is in life work. And I think a lot of the times because we feel like, oh, I've excelled or I moved here and I did this, that you feel like you don't have to do any work. You have to do some work. And
you never stop working. As long as you have breath in your body, your work is not done. I tell people that all the time. Every single day that you wake up, that means that your purpose has not been fulfilled in this realm.
Right.
I don't care how much you've accomplished. I don't care how much you've accomplished. Just think about it, guys. We're coming to the end of a new year, right? We're coming to the end, should I say, of a year. And think about it this way. You took the words out of my mouth. We're coming out of this year, and we're going into an entire different decade. But listen to this. I don't care how much work you did in the last decade. If you're still here, you still have work to do. Because it's an absolute necessity. You can't afford not to live in your purpose. You can't afford not to do the work that you were put here to do. Because there's somebody in this realm that's counting on you. For real. And it could be people you're not even connected to. That's the crazy thing about it. That's why this platform is so strong, because the conversation that we do have is so candid. It brings healing. So you have to continue to walk in your purpose. It's necessary.
It's necessary to do the work. And what we're talking about is, and what I want to say is, being that I just started my healing therapy, guys, ladies and gentlemen, okay, do the work mentally on your mental health. I have never talked about mental health as much as I have in the last few months ever in my life, because I realized I did a show on mental health with Dr. Radisha Brown. Shout out to her, guys. And me and her did a show. And when we were doing the show, I realized, oh my God, mental health is very, 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 very important. So guys, do this work and go get a checkup on your mental health.
And it's okay to have that conversation.
Yes, and it don't gotta be.
Let's not let it be taboo
wrong with you. You
mental
ain't gotta
health
be
conversation does not need to be taboo any longer. This is about to be 2020.
Yes,
it needs to be on the table.
And you could be you could feel like you perfectly fine, but just like you go and do your yearly checkup for your physical health, do a yearly checkup on your mental health, because it's very, 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 very important.
And that is our time, guys. I definitely appreciate all of you guys for tuning in today. I feel like the conversation that we had today was very necessary. And so whoever it may be for, may you take it, may it help you to heal, grow, learn, and know yourself at the end of the day. And
I want to tell y'all, like this video.
Like this, share
it, and comment.
Period. And make sure you go and like Goddess Gossip, because we are going to start moving the live to the Goddess Gossip page. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and go over to Goddess Gossip on Facebook, like, share, and invite your friends to the page so that you never miss out on these conversations. Because like I said, it is absolutely necessary that we have these type of talks, because this is the stuff that we've been pushing under the rug for so long. And that's the reason why these generational curses still exist.
You heard.
That's the reason why they still exist. But outside of that, y'all already know every single Thursday, 7:00 p.m., you can always catch us right here on Goddess Gossip, with conversation for the nation, spreading love,
speaking truth, and sharing knowledge with the people.
Appreciate y'all, man. It's K-Love. I'm signing out.
It's Jamila. We out. We see you next week. We love y'all. We're going into a new month.
We are.
60 days left in this year. Get whatever it is that you didn't get to in the beginning of the year that you still got on your agenda. get to it and get it done, man.
I start school November 19th. I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm handling business. We're not playing. We're not playing. It's a whole new decade about to start. We don't got time.
We ain't got time. Ain't no time for slacking.
Y'all have a good night. We out here.